Hi, I'm Scott Martin, FLW Touring Pro and longtime Ranger owner. You know, I'm standing here on the shores of Bull Shoals Lake, and here beside me is one of the Ranger aluminum boat series. You know, not all aluminum boats are built the same, and I want to show you some of the quality and some of the fishability features of the Ranger aluminum series that really make these boats kind of stand apart from the rest. And there's so many different features on them inside the boat and outside the boat. But first, let's start with the trailer. You know, just like the Ranger boats being custom, Ranger has built custom trailers, not only for their glass boats, but again for their aluminum line. What really sets apart Ranger trail trailers is the way that they build them. Of course, they're all welded, and the really important thing, I think, is it's a C-channel frame. And what the C-channel frame is basically a more rigid frame, but it allows that water to drain off. There is no way for the water to get trapped inside of that C-channel, which sometimes rust could rust from the inside out. But with this nice rigid C-frame right here, that's not gonna happen. Some of the other key features on this trailer is the road armor. It really protects that trailer from the road chips and anything that might, flying debris coming off your wheels, off your vehicle. But if you do get a chip in it, it's real easy to fix and repair. And so that road armor is really key. Boy, look at the quality up here on the front of this Ranger boat trailer. Here's what I really love about this section right here is how sturdy this is. This is locked on tight, and that's gonna keep your boat as you travel up and down the road really good and secure on the trailer, and that's really nice. The other thing is, great place for the spare tire. Out of the way, perfect little place for that. And then, hey, you know, when we take the trailer off the vehicle, you know, maneuvering that around your yard or in your garage is sometimes a chore. But with this center trailer jack right here, it's going to allow you to really maneuver that much easier. Now, the other thing that I love on all the Ranger boat trailers, the option of the swing away tongue. And what that's going to do, it's going to give you some added security when you have your trailer off your vehicle. It's going to make it a little harder for people to run off with it. Or if you need that extra room in your garage like we all do, you can pull that pin, swing that tongue away, and that's going to give you a couple extra feet. You know, like I said, not all aluminum boats are built the same. And to be honest with you, not all trailers are built the same. And with Ranger trail trailers, they're all custom built. And again, they have really stepped it up. They have thought of all the different things. Because the Ranger crew, they're fishermen just like you and I, and they think about these things. And some of the other key features on this trailer are the bunk guide system right here. Nice, carpeted, padded bunk guide right here. It's going to allow your boat to get up on the trailer very easily. And some of the other things is how sturdy these fenders are. Okay, so you can step anywhere in here. There's zero flex. I mean, that is super sturdy. No flex on this area as well. That's all good, a great place to step on. And again, here in front. So you're not gonna have flex like you see on some trailers when you get in and out of the boat. You're gonna have great places to get on and off. You know, we've talked about the quality on this trailer, especially on the front and down the sides. Now let's get into the back of the boat. And I'll tell you some of the things that really impressed me. Heavy duty roller system right here, which is gonna allow you to, get your boat up on the trailer good and safe and secure. Good heavy duty bunks. That's real important. You know, you're not gonna have any flex in these bunks. These bunks are built to last. And then when you get in here, you have some great options as well, like the boat buckle option on your trailer, which is good. So you can strap your boat down real quick. And then again, you have your nice waterproof lighting on here. So that's a lot about the trailer and what I really like about it. Now let's talk about the sides of the boat, and then we'll jump up inside in a minute. Now let's jump into some of the key features that really separate this aluminum series from the rest. You know, this is a demo boat here where we've got some holes cut in the side of it to kind of show you what's inside the boat. And some of the things that really set this apart is how thick this aluminum is. This is 100 thousandths thick aluminum, which is going to give that boat so much strength and quietness on the water. And that's really important. And when you look inside of here, which looks like Swiss cheese, right? But that is all the closed cell foam that's inside of this boat. And why is that important? Number one, it's important because it's going to give it that extra flotation that you need. It really exceeds Coast Guard specifications. And so that's important. You know, if you're going to have an issue out there in the water, you want to be safe. And Ranger Aluminum Series is a safe boat to be in. And the other thing that is going to really allow this boat to be quiet. You know, with that closed cell foam inside, it kind of insulates the boat. It allows that boat to fish quieter. So as you move around the boat, it's just a more solid, kind of a one-piece feel. It's a really, really good system what they've done in this boat. One of the other key features on the Ranger Aluminum Series is the smooth rail right here along the side, which is extruded aluminum, which is going to give you more strength than rolled aluminum or bent aluminum. And that's a really, really key feature because, I mean, that is bulletproof. I mean, this thing is really sturdy and strong. And the other thing is it's hollow inside, so that's going to allow you to be able to run your wires and your rigging and all the different things inside this channel right here, which is going to keep the boat really rigged very clean. And we talk about the smooth rail system. Why is it called smooth rail? Well, it's because, as you notice, you don't see the cleat right here. Where are the cleats? The cleats are right on the inside, which is a great idea. I don't know why people haven't done that in the past, because now with the cleat not being here on the rail, everything's smooth. So as your rods are sliding up and down and you're fishing, you're not going to have any issues with lines or rods breaking, and having that cleat on the inside is perfect. What I'm holding here in my hand is a pretty unique process that Ranger is doing to all their aluminum series. It's the dual slot keel extrusion. Basically, this is going to go right here on the bottom. It's all welded in place, which is going to give it so much strength, and that is important. The whole entire boat is welded. There's no rivets in this boat, no wood, and having this extruded aluminum here as a keel protector is really going to give that boat strength. So when you're battling through those rough waves or you're out there on the water, it's just going to make this boat a much better ride and a much safer boat. Now that we're inside the boat, let's talk about some of the key features I love right here in this area. When I first saw the Ranger aluminum series, I loved the way the boat looked. But what really set it apart for me was the fiberglass console. And why is that important? Number one, it's much stronger. Number two, it looks awesome. And a lot of the competition out there use a plastic console, has a lot of flex, and this console here is just really locked in there nice and looks really good. Then when we jump here on the dash, you have your gauges that you can put here in your console area, and you can kind of move them around. It's got nice little aluminum beveled edges to them. It's a really nice layout right here on this console. It has plenty of room for an oversized GPS, so that's really going to work well. And then again here on the side, you have tons of room for different things here. It's just a real comfortable layout. So they have plenty of room under this dash to get my legs in and out, which is really great. And they've custom cut this here, so you're not going to bang your legs. It's just a really well thought out layout here under this console. And speaking of comfort, Ranger custom builds all of their seats, and so what Ranger's done is they've really put a lot of thought into these seats, and they have the extra padded wings here, so it's just a joy to fish in and a joy to drive. Talking about fishing, let's jump up on the front of the boat and let me show you all about the fishability of this Ranger aluminum series. The front deck of this Ranger aluminum series, in my opinion, is where all the magic happens, and I want to talk about the fishability and some of the fit and finish up here on the front of this boat that really, again, separates the Ranger aluminum series from the competition. Some of the things that I quickly notice is the recessed foot pedal option, which is great. That allows you to keep your back fatigue down. Having that recessed foot pedal in there, just like on my big Ranger Z520, it really helps me fish better. The other thing is having some nice little tool areas right here, a nice cup holder. All this is nice and well thought out and well placed. Broad beam technology on the front of this boat is really, really good. I like having a lot of room up here, and I like to be feeling sturdy, and Ranger has reinforced this deck. So again, it's very thick aluminum, but it's reinforced, so it's sturdy and strong. When you look here inside this boat in this cutaway, you see these white tubes in here, and what those white tubes are fully enclosed tapered tubes, and what that is that's for your rods, so you can easily organize and safely secure your rods in the rod locker in this tube system here, which is very well thought out. The other thing that separates this boat from a lot of the competition is there is no wood, not only in the boat, but on this deck. A lot of the competition out there have wood decks. They might have aluminum hull and aluminum sides, but they have a wood deck, and there is zero wood in this boat, which makes this boat, again, stand apart from the competition. So this is a very well thought out area here. Then when you run back here to the back, let's talk a little bit about the storage compartments in this boat. Plenty of them, in my opinion, and lots of room. Some of the key features that I love about the Ranger compartments, the piano hinge. Big, full-size piano hinges on here. These are not just the little hinges, these are full-size piano hinges, which is going to give this boat a more quality feel, and it's going to allow these hinges and latches to last so much longer. When you open this up, plenty of room inside this compartment here for all your tackle boxes, life vest, and again, when I talk about no wood, look right here, guys, no wood. This is all aluminum, and again, it has nice support bars on it, so it's going to give it that one-piece feel again. Now let's talk about the rod locker. This layout is great. There's plenty of room in here, nice little organizer here in the back, and again, with those enclosed tapered tubes, it's going to allow you to keep your rods and reels stored in this little compartment, nice, safe, and secure. One of the other things that I noticed right off the bat is this nice raised aluminum lip right here with this seal on it, which is really going to help keep the moisture out. Ranger always tries to take advantage of all the available space on any of their boats. And one of the things that they did on this particular model is they incorporated a nice step storage area as well. So that's a great place to kind of just keep your tackle or life jackets or whatever you'd like to keep in there. And again, it gives you a nice little step getting off up to the front of the boat here. And as you see down here below me, pretty neat looking deal. This is the bottom of the boat. And so you're able to really see this nice cross section right here. With all the closed cell foam inside this Ranger aluminum series, this boat exceeds Coast Guard specifications. Back here on the back deck, you've got lots of great little things going on back here. The oversized live well system, which is great. Plenty of room for big bass, crappie, walleye, whatever you're looking for. And again, it's got a great aeration system in here because Ranger really cares about fish care. You know, you have your side compartments here. Again, just your standard storage areas to put whatever you might need to take out on the water that day. On both sides, the port and starboard side of the boat, you have your nice little storage boxes here. And then again, back here in the back, an oversized battery compartment area, which is really nice. Got plenty of room in here to work on things, easy access to your bilge pumps, your aerator pumps. It's just, you know, having this well thought out is very, very important. And Ranger did a fantastic job laying out this back of this boat. The transoms in all the Ranger boats, whether it's the glass series or the aluminum series, are tough as nails. And what they have here on the Ranger aluminum series, they have a transom here that's reinforced with protrusion. It's nice added support back here on the back of this boat. It's really going to give that boat a lot of strength. Ranger did a fantastic job laying out this back of this boat. You know, we've talked all about the amazing features and the quality about the Ranger aluminum series. And this boat here is a demo. It has the cutouts in it that shows you all what's inside this boat. And again, how it exceeds Coast Guard specifications. And now I'm going to show you something truly amazing. We're going to back this boat down the water, and we're going to show you how this boat will fill up with water, but yet stay upright, because that is what's important. It's going to stay level and upright in the water. And that's another way that Ranger is so committed to quality. All right, this is where it's going to get real interesting, guys. Again, with the closed cell foam throughout this boat, this is what is so cool. Check that out. We are floating and we're upright, and that's what's important. When you think about this boat, the quality, the fit and finish, and everything that goes into these Ranger boats, that right there is truly amazing. Ranger's commitment to quality and craftsmanship is what I think separates them from the rest. When you talk about this, upright, level flotation, I'm fishing, there's not even water on the front deck of this boat.